everyone. Welcome back to Anita's Joint, hashtag extendAJoint, where every day is payday, baby. And I hope y'all doing well. So, I wanted to share the new spirituality blog with you all on Andrew Wiggins. And I had talked about Andrew Wiggins on one of my football matches because I came across some things that he was saying. Let me see. Let me just go ahead and show y'all real quick. All right. Yeah, so Andrew Wiggins. Okay, cool. Oh, snap, you can't even see me. Hold on. I didn't know my logo was in the way. I guess I could have moved my picture. But anyways, yeah, so Andrew Wiggins, 222-111, 222 and 119 ritual, order out of chaos. Also, all seeing eye ritual with Andrew Wiggins. Um, Yeah, so pretty much it's the continuing more with the divide and conquer, the tactics of the enemy, the reality that we live in. The enemy always likes for us to be confused, constant confusion, constant unknowing what what's next, right? And of course to play God and to pin us against each other, right? So, but with let me say, like I said, I read Zach's book, Number Games, 9/11 to Coronavirus, right? And so, and one of his chapters, like I was saying on the blog, in the blogs right here, you can check that out. It was titled, it's chapter 12, Tom Hanks and the Use of Celebrity to Sell the Pandemic. So I'm going to just say the pandemic. So the pandemic cure, right? They say there's no profit in the cure, and I've heard someone say there's no profit in empowerment in the matrix. In the matrix, there's no profit in empowerment, and in empowering yourself, you have to what study. You have to study people that have done the work, right? That have put the resources out here, the tips and tools for you to be able to use for yourself, like Zachary has for a lot of us. For me, in my reality, when it comes to Gematria. Um, but yeah, Andrew Wiggins, and like I said, they used to sell the pandemic. And like I said, my first blog that I had on the sports and spirituality website was that the celebrities or the athletes will be used as lab rats, right? It's unfortunate, not only the athletes, but the everyday people that walk the planet, right? And to me, I mean, we live in a reality now where if there are doctors being censored and if there are doctors not being censored, why is that? Why isn't there a collective united front on what could help us as humanity and what could hurt us as humanity, right? And as you can see in the matrix, the profit is not to empower us. The profit is to dumb us down, right? It is to dumb us down, to confuse us, to everything opposite of empowerment. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, um, I said either knowingly or unknowingly, these athletes, the ones that have a lot of attention, that have a lot of eyes on them, they get used either knowingly or unknowingly um, for the rituals that they use. And you think these rituals are good? If there's no profit in empowerment, you think these rituals are good? That's just a question I'm just going to ask. You know what I'm saying? Do you really think these are good rituals? According to them, they're great rituals. According to the shadow government, according to who they serve, their God, it's a great ritual because this is their world, right? This is they're the gods of this world, quote unquote. That's what they call themselves. They ain't gods in my eyes, but a lot of people, the government is their God. So a lot of people, the president is their God. So a lot of people, all these things outside of themselves are God. You know what I'm saying? Instead of within you, God is in you. God is within you, the universe. You know what I'm saying? So But to a lot of people that are still operating in the matrix, everything, like I said, these celebrity athletes are sometimes their gods, celebrities in general. But since I like sports, here we are, Andrew Wiggins, and Kyrie Irving. I've seen people, talk about Kyrie and say that he's like woke, you know, he's woke, but I'm not too sure, you know what I'm saying, and both of them have master numbers 11 and 22, and it makes me think about the players that I know that rock these numbers right now, and especially in football, some of the great players. I'm like, oh, fucking a, and when it comes up, when it's time for me to decode them, I guess I'll have to decode them, and hopefully, I don't. It just sucks. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it sucks, but it all ties into what they have to do to be a face of something. Like they get used um, to push the agendas, and of course, the agenda is what? The pandemic cure, right? They're pushing the pandemic cure, um, and if you get the pandemic cure, you'll be able to have a new normal, yeah. And if you don't get the pandemic cure, well, you're not going to get look forward to the things that the people that got the pandemic cure are getting, right? And remember, I like this statement right here. It says government is creating chaos so that it can pose the definition of an Orwellian order with public approval. And there's good and bad shades of the government, as you would see. In some countries, the government is, you would say, government is to govern your mental, right? So some governments actually help evolve consciousness, or do some governments actually help put us down? In certain locations or certain geographical, the people are very intelligent, but in other areas, there's not as much of empowerment. Over here in America, I mean, we're more street savvy than, I would say, book smart savvy, compared to other worlds. You know what I'm saying? Compared to other planets, not planets, but I mean, um, like other locations around the world, like China, and for other, they focus on other things than what we focus on here in America. But America has a lot of cash, apparently, a lot of cash to splash. But that just means a lot more people over here are more dumb, when it comes to intellectual, it's more and more materially intelligent and intellectually like intelligent, like common sense. You know what I'm saying? And so, with public approval, that is the witchcraft and the mind control and the subconscious and programming that we've been put under that we've been put under, the spells and the illusion. They need us as a public to accept this type of treatment. They need us to accept this what they give us. We need to submit. We need to accept it. Be like, well, we can't change it. And I was just watching the Peace Stealers video on. He does a monthly, magical moon messages, and he was talking about how, and we had talked about it too. Like we were in a time, like I'm 25 right now, like, and I just like awakened to everything that's going on, and so we weren't in a time back then for when it was like a great awakening, right? But since we're experiencing the great awakening, the public approval is so different now. We don't really. It's like I don't really need your approval to know what is the truth. I don't need mainstream media or elected officials to tell me the truth. I don't need public approval. I just need to know what I believe is true, you know? And that's we are in the great awakening, therefore we are reclaiming our power. So we are knowing that what we say, because we believe in it, it's true. And if I am going against what the media is saying, well then I don't care, because I don't need their public approval. But a lot of people that are in the matrix still, they are on the public approval side, because that's the mind control that we've been put under, right? It's still the age of Pisces, the age of the believer, but we're in the age of Aquarius. You have to know yourself and you have to know what's going on, right? So Andrew Wiggins, he has the 119 encoded in his name, just like Paul Riley had. when he talked about Paul Riley and everything that went on with him, and it's continuing to, and like I said, this is ritualistically, this is what they do. So a lot of the numbers we'll see, uh, the all-seeing eye, fraternal order of police logo with the all-seeing eye. I don't know if I can. Let's see, y'all can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Yeah. Cool. Let me remove that. Right here, the all-seeing eye, and you know, I call them the shadow government because they have so many names for themselves in this matrix. It's different names, but the same meaning. That's how it works. That's how it operates, and nothing has changed. Nothing will change. It just will be different. I'm sorry, it'll be different words with the same type of vibration, because words are the vibration. So it'll be different words, but with the same vibration behind it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why if you're able to see it, you'll be able to peep game, and you'll be able to see more of their attempt what they're attempting to do to us as the people that are at this current moment, right? Which is not looking good for us, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Vatican also equals 119. This is Andrew Wiggins' full name. But the Vatican is where they hold a lot of the secrets, right? So people live there, and especially because I read the book, the Vatican. I know Zach says we have our first Jesuit Pope. He stays in the Vatican, actually at room 201. Yeah, so it actually they named the room. I can't believe they named the room. Like they're weird. But I wanted to show you. We have simple English gematria, reverse English gematria. This is called full reduction right here. Now we looked at his coding. As you can see, the full reduction is the Pythagorean gematria. Pythagorean gematria meaning the numerology gematria. So A through I is 1 through 9. So it's the numerology rules. Numerology 1 through 9. And the master numbers are 11, 22. You see? But A through I is 1 through 9. J through R is 1 through 9. And then S through Z is 1 through 8, right? So that is the Pythagorean gematria Zach is taught in this, but it's full reduction. Um, and so you can just see that's his name, Andrew Wiggins. Same thing, full reduction. Vatican, so reverse ordinal, as you can see, this is the reverse of the alphabetical order, where Z is 1, Y is 2, 3 is X, 4 is W, and so on, all the way to A is 26. And then English ordinal is the alphabetical order in it's A1 to B, C3. Okay, so there are 4 base ciphers that we can learn. You know what I'm saying? And then there's others, but these are what I'm studying. This is what Zach, he's like, you should study the first 4, right? So with Andrew, the Jesuit order, all these numbers will tie. The Jesuit order, these are just more secret societies that operate to cause dysfunction and disorder here, and to put out lies and cause havoc and then play God at the end of the day. They want to play God. They think they are God. They want to play God at the end of the day to deceive the masses and to control the masses, and for their evil agendas, right? So of course 153 and 72 have Andrew Wiggins. And so as you see, it's very interesting because uh we have like people that speak for other people. And Steve Kerr says Andrew Wiggins has taken the the pandemic cure. Um, remember, there's no profit in the cure, but so Steve Kerr said that Andrew Wiggins has gotten the profit cure, um, and will be allowed to play home games. And so we remember on the last video, I think, what was it? What did I say? I think it was on. I'm trying to remember what blog I had put it on, but I was saying, oh yeah, I think I was talking about when I talked about Andrew Wiggins. It was like the reverse psychology. How is it that he's allowed to play? Oh, he was allowed to play away games, but not home games. What difference does it make, right? What difference does it make? But that's the reverse psychology that they always like to play. to mind fuck, right? To mind fuck. So now that he's taken the pandemic cure, he's allowed to play home games. But this was released yesterday, October 3rd. This is Yahoo Sports, and all the major news programming websites that present these narratives are all coded based upon the numbers and based upon the player's name, based upon the player's birthday, and also who's associated with them. The rituals tie in, and so just like we did Paul Riley when he had the 119, we're seeing Andrew Wiggins have the 119 as well. And so they used the same numbers for a lot of their rituals because it's ritualistically, it's an often thing that they do. And that's what we have to remind ourselves. This is what they've been doing for a long, long, long time, over and over and over again, until we can catch on. So Gematria really helps you catch on to the rituals and the numbers that they use, so you can understand, okay, hold on. You know, they've kind of, this is that I've seen a pattern like this before. You may sometimes you'll see it more like in the narratives, you know, the in how they present certain things. And sometimes you're like, I want to see the numbers behind it. Or like, is there some coding that they use? And there it is. It's the alphabet, and the numbers that they use. You know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, Andrew Wiggins, he was born February 23rd, 1995. And so from his birthday, Tuesday, February 23rd, from his last birthday to the day he made headlines for refusing for accepting, right? So we know he accepted, and I have to get back on that point, is actually 222. And remember, we did the Benjamin Mendy case. We did Benjamin Mendy. Benjamin Mendy actually had the 222 in his name, and we knew that 222 equals to order out of chaos. But let me go back to the fact that Steve Kerr says, but I haven't yet got to see a picture of Andrew Wiggins like I was able to present to you the pictures of the other athletes that have taken the pandemic cure. I haven't got to see a picture of Andrew Wiggins or Messi or a lot of these celebrities or LeBron James. I haven't yet seen pictures of these people actually sitting down and have a pandemic cure in their on themselves. You know, I have not yet seen that. And you know, they say a picture can mean 1,000 words. I would like to see some of these pictures because, you know, why not? If you're gonna go ahead and say, hey, I took it, why not show us a picture? What did you not take a picture? And then why, if the other athletes took a picture, why didn't you take a picture? What makes you so different from them? You know. And so that's the reverse psychology. I still don't. It's silly. It's silly the way they play. It's silly. You know. I just question why. You know, why you show pictures of this? Why would you tell us this? You know, why did you tell us that he didn't take it and now he's taking it? And I just say to Andrew Wiggins, he didn't hold out that long. He didn't last that long. I think Kyrie Irving's the last one standing. So we're gonna see how long Kyrie's gonna wait it out. I don't know. Um, we'll see because they're still talking about him that they're gonna lose a lot of money, yada yada. But we'll see how long they hold out for. Um, you know, and it's going to test everyone, especially in the realm of sports. If you want to continue to play, you have to get the pandemic cure, and you know, I guess I can't judge you, uh, but you're not really helping us in this case of, you know, getting. If you haven't seen the videos, why do people that got the pandemic cure had magnets in their arms? You know, like, I don't understand. And it was a viral thing on TikTok. You know, did you not see these viral videos? Like, did you? But oh yeah, this is what I wanted to say about Andrew Wiggins and Steve Kerr, and actually it tied into Christian Eriksen. Um, you know, they have these people speak for them. Why? You can't speak for yourself. Well, and that's the reality in the Matrix. They actually have people that stand in front of them and speak for them. And to me, I mean, nobody's standing in front of me and speaking for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm here facing people that may have same views or different views, and I'm here. They're like, you think because you make a certain amount of money, you don't have to address the public, or you don't have to address the people that look up to you. And that's the matrix and how they use the athletes sometimes. They trick them. They have publicists. It's like, listen, this is my job. I'm going to make sure you appear presentable to the public. I'm going to make sure you appear, you know, uh, you have the right speech, you say the right things so you can push the correct narratives. Therefore, we don't really know who these people are if they're always being groomed, as they say, being groomed to be presented in a certain way, to be likable to the audience that they're um, to be likable to the audience that they have to be presented to. And so we really don't know the most authentic of themselves, you know? So that's very difficult when it comes to these celebrity athletes to actually know who they really are if they're always being groomed and tinkered with and shaped to be certain ways. And then unfortunately, they lose some side of themselves as well. Do you really know who you are if you're always being told this is you? You know, you need to appear this way, you need to dress this way, you need to speak this way. Then you lose your individuality. You become a follower, you become a sheep, you become a lab rat, you become used in rituals, you know? So that's just something um, I will continue to say. Like, once these people, because they're people or stars, we're all stars. I don't know if y'all can see my oh, look. We're all stars. As you can see, the wheel, the zodiac wheel, we're all stars. We're all stars. But until of course, the matrix is crumbling. So we're starting to see where certain celebrities stand. And we're all celebrity shit. I honestly, I don't even know if I even want to be a celebrity shit. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? Famous and all this stuff. That's a lot of attention. That's a lot of pressure to stay authentic to yourself. And at the end of the day, if you continue to be if you are your authentic self, I'm not too sure if you become that famous, because this reality is in the matrix. It's not built on authenticity. It's built upon, you know, narratives portraying actresses, making yourself popular. It's not built upon you being yourself, you know. And so you know, it's all, you know what I'm saying, it's up to you. Yeah, it's up to you. But yeah, so he had the 222 ritual as well, span of from him making the headlines from his birthday. So this is what they also use. Like I said, his last birthday to the day he was in the headlines was a span, and it's like that's why they choose certain days. They choose certain days to make certain things headlines, because it was a clear ritual, like we did with Benjamin Mendy. And we can say it was order out of chaos ritual because these are some of the things that they do: divide and conquer, and they use the words, and we can find it, and it's here. Like I said, Wuhan, as you can see, 222, Event 201, World Economic Forum 222, Order Out of Chaos 222. Um, just the words that they use, of course, because he got the pandemic cure, uh, and they named it after Wuhan. He got the pandemic cure. You know, this is what was clear ritual, and they present it into the headlines like it's a big deal. But a lot of actors and actresses and sports celebrity athletes, they get used in these codings, right? Luckily, Andrew Wiggins is still alive, because we know a lot of other athletes uh, and other entertainment figures, sometimes they're not alive when they get used in these rituals. Yeah. But of course, he was born in 1995. 19, emphasis on the 95, right? To compact to the 95 thesis. In Zach's book, the 95 thesis was created by Martin Luther, and it was talking about the flaws and exposing the Catholic Church, which rules the reality that we're in right now. In the Catholic Church and the Vatican, the Vatican, and the Jesuit order. The Jesuit order apparently is a military. They're a military. The military for the Catholic Church. They're the army for the Catholic Church. So the church has an army, the church has a military, and that's why when you realize, especially some of the movies that you watch, and they have so many secret operations, and most of the operations are to infiltrate our boundaries, like Big Brother, right? Infiltrate. And what's going on? I want to know all your secrets, the secrets of their enemies, the shadow governments, or and the secrets of us as a collective. Where how are the masses thinking? What are they thinking about? What are they talking about? Where are they being steered to? And that's how we get to see the challenges that come about. Like who made the crate challenge popular when all of a sudden everyone was doing the crate challenge? All these rituals, and they see, okay, so TikTok's popular right now, and they use certain different things to control us, right? Because there's a bigger picture. There's something bigger that they're doing, right? And so it's a military, right? And you think about the military, they have a lot of technology to invade our privacy. They have technology that they're not using for good, because if they were, I mean, we wouldn't be in this situation, right? We wouldn't be, you would think the CIA, the FBI, they would want to help us capture pedophiles and capture rapists and capture terrorists. But as you see, they do the opposite and actually protect all these people. We can for sure, you look at who is the cheated United States president and his son. I've never, me being 25, I've they've always made the presidency seem so, you have to be a great person. And not like a great person, but just like, your family should be educated and smart and efficient. But this guy that's in the office seat, his whole family, especially his son that's alive, is a coke addict. It's like, you would say, like, you would think the popular opinion of this dude uh would be like, bro, how did this dude even make it into the office? Remember, all these people are chosen to lead the nation, chosen to fulfill the rituals. You know what I'm saying? To fulfill the rituals and see if they can steer public approval in different ways, to fuck up the public narrative, to fuck up our conscience, to fuck up our shit. You know what I'm saying? Disorder, disorder, so they can see, okay, so since we're causing all this disorder, what are the people going to do to balance it? And then what are we going to do to combat that? Because they're always watching us and what we do and how we balance what they do and what we do. You know what I'm saying? Because they're always watching us, like through the cameras, through our telephones, through everything. They always got eyes on us. You know what I'm saying? There's really no privacy nowadays. Um, you know what I'm saying? And they know who we are. You may think that you're hidden, but they know who you are. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, back to the 95 thesis. And this guy, he got killed. Martin Luther, he got killed with 95 days left in the year. He got September, and also on September 27th, the year the Jesuit order was created, had the Gematria 95. I think, what is it? Let me read it in the book. Hold on, let me get in the book, because I read it in the last time. I read it in the other book, and I talked about this more in on my video on the blog. But I just wanted to go in. Let me see. Okay, here it is. It's on chapter 2. It's chapter 2. But he says, and I'll go, and he says, and for those that hate cliffhangers, I'll give you half of the story now. Martin Luther King Jr. was not born with that name. Oh, Martin Luther King Jr. was not born with the name. He was born Michael King Jr. The name he assumed, Martin Luther, was the name of the leader of the Protestant Reformation, against the Catholic Church that transpired after he published the 95 Theses exposing the church wrongdoings. In his efforts, the Jesuit order was created that with the purpose of killing Martin Luther and his followers. Not by chance, the Jesuits were recognized by Rome on September 27th, the day leaving 95 days left in a year, to counter the 95 Theses and Martin Luther's campaign. And that brings us to the fact that Martin Luther King Jr. was killed on the 95th day of 1968, a leap year, and also on a date with 95 numerology. But yeah, so that was the 90. These are the 95 Theses. I actually haven't taken time to read these, but was, he had pretty much, not saying doing what we're doing, but he was calling out the Catholic Church that was ruling in the time for their evil, for their wrongdoings, and therefore the Jesuit order was created, in which we see based upon the Gematria and why things always go back to these people, these secret societies. Uh, you know what I'm saying? And this says 1968. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Andrew Wiggins, once again, this is October 3rd. But also, we talked about the World Economic Forum and also Event 201. Event 201, of course, was the coronavirus simulation, which simulated what would happen if a global pandemic happened. Yeah. And this is what we're living. Yeah. This is what we're living out on different timelines. Either you're a timeline in fear, or you're in a timeline of fear, like you're afraid, or you're in a timeline of love. Fear, you go with everything that the agendas are saying with their global magic wands, because they're programming through their TV, through the social media apps, the programming, the consistent programming, the consistent ads, the consistent the ads are like, you see the same ad. If you watch TV, you see the same ad over and over and over and over and over again, depending how much you watch TV. And if you watch sports, it cuts to the commercial, you see the ads. If you watch, anything, they have ads on almost every website with this on your face, it's subconsciously continuing to program us as a collective, right? And so you have to have mental strength to be able to not be reprogrammed again, because our minds are like computers. You have to install the software of programming yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's and uninstall their programming, because their predictive programming is for who predicts a global pandemic. Who wants to predict that? Who wants to cause that much disorder? These beings that we live under, these evil forces, right? And so I just want to get go Jesuit motto X also equals to 95, the same as year Andrew Wiggins, right, was born. But in Ephesians, it says that, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against the principles, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of the world, against spiritual weaknesses in high places. These entities, the shadow government, work for these spiritual wickedness. They work for these spiritual wickedness people. And they're not even people, they're entities. And they have high ranks. You see how they've been able to manipulate and control the reality that we live in with our acceptance and our non-knowing ourselves as a collective. You know what I'm saying? They're in high places. You know what I'm saying? They're with, you would say, the reflection of God, the devil. You know what I'm saying? Saturn, Satan. But they're in high places, right? And when we live in this world that is their dominion, we see what they do every every single day. We see what they do. We see what type of programming they put out to the media. We see what type of programming they want us to remember and store in our consciousness, so we don't evolve and transcend these low vibrational things. And I remember what Fernando had said. And of course, I made a video already, so you can check it out. You know what I'm saying? But let me go back. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with that. And I remember when Fernando had said about 36 minutes? Okay, I haven't been live too long. Fernando had said that because because it's like a cycle. It's death, rebirth, death, rebirth, death, rebirth. We have not been taught that every civilization is being built upon each other. Every civilization, uh, that's why they're able to find cities underwater because the water flooded, or it was burned, or sandstorm deserts. It's because in every cycle that we've had civilizations be built upon civilizations, and so when their universe was destroyed, when their stars were destroyed, whatever was left and what is there for us to look at, like, oh wow, so this is what y'all left us to this is what y'all left us with, and give us some keys to the streets, some secrets to the universe, to give us some keys to what y'all were living and what y'all were experiencing. And a lot of them had the zodiac wheel, right? A lot of them had the zodiac wheel. We call it the they had that in most of the in almost all of the civilizations that we've been told about. They've had the zodiac wheel. But why aren't we taught astrology in our reality in schools? You know, like why aren't we taught that in school? And so, and then again, we're not, like I said, there's no profit in empowering us as the people. And under Satan, it makes it very difficult. But what I wanted to say is because Fernando was like, when we continue to evolve, we will eventually become planets. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up planets. Therefore, Saturn will no longer exist. It will be destroyed. And if we know that as people, spiritual beings having a temporary human experience, and we know that God's within us and the universe is within us, and we know that eventually we could one day become a solar system, and that the people that live in our solar system, they'll be looking at us as we look at Saturn, because then we know people worship the devil in this reality. They're worshiping Saturn. They're worshiping the Satan. They're worshiping the God. You know what I'm saying? And so, what Saturn does want us to know, and what the government, or not the Catholic Church, they don't want us to know, that we will eventually become solar systems. We'll be, you know what I'm saying? We're spiritual beings. You don't think that we'll be able to become a planet? Well, you know what I'm saying? You don't think we have to get there though. We have to evolve ourselves. We have to evolve. We have to go through the experiences that we need to go to get back to God. You know what I'm saying? The creator that created us. And it's everlasting. And you think about it, it's everlasting. This reality, we live in, we live on Earth right now. We got 7 planets around us, but then this is just one star system. If God is omnipresent, omnipotent, not only will our solar system evolve, other solar systems are evolving. We're always evolving, changing. And then other solar systems, we have other beings from different planets coming through, trying to either help us or hurt us, want to teach us or kill us, want to enslave us or empower us. It's the duality of this reality. And I'm very grateful to know that, um, of this universe, of this universe, to know that we have to have, I guess, opposition to be able to grow, to be able to test ourselves, to be able to see what kind of gods we are in a way. And so, they're not going to tell us that. There's what is there, in the Matrix, they can't tell you this, these things at a certain age and at a certain point. You just got to go out and experience your life and have fun with what you have. But it's very, for me, I'm very grateful to be aware of this and to know it, because it's very powerful. It's very powerful to know, like, it is quite an experience. It's quite an experience, this reality. And all our experiences are so different, but we're here right now on planet Earth together, different souls, different type of spirits. We have people with no souls, people that don't have their spirits. Their spirits are lost. We call them lost people. They're lost. They don't really know. They're unaware of who they are. We have souls that are old souls. I'm an old soul. I know I've been here in a human body before. I experienced Earth before. Especially at my age. I'm only 25. And there's some even younger younger souls. I mean, younger spirits and bodies. You would say because they're like 7, 8, 9, 10, even younger. They're old souls and they know who they are. They're like, what, and you're like, oh shit, you're an old soul. I know I'm a star seed. You know what I'm saying, from the Orion constellation. You know, and we're here to help evolve in humanity and consciousness, and just to leave a good footprint and leave a massive footprint in the sand for others that happen to come across my channel, that happen to come across the works that I've done, to remember themselves. And it's a beautiful thing. But also, I will remind them that the forces that are here on Earth right now under Saturn are not here to really help as much, but also mainly to teach and to make us disciplined. But the way they use Saturn is very evil. I don't feel like, I don't want to say Saturn is so evil, but the way they make this entity, and the way the things that this entity has allowed us to live and we've allowed, is pretty evil. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they eat babies and all this extra stuff is very evil. You know, I'm watching a series called Van Helsing, hints, and it's about the vampire killer. The vampire, he was an ancient vampire. He was a vampire killer, right? In the bloodlines, and we know we don't live in that time right now where you would say vampires are walking around and eating people, stuff like that. But it shows a lot of things about almost in every scenes, like I see they go after the babies. They go after the children because they're the most purest. And I'm just like, why is this being? Why is this so popular? And it's because this is what Saturn asks as of the people that do its bidding. The blood of the children, and it's pretty demonic. Yeah. So, with that being said, yeah, protect your children. You know what I'm saying? Because they're very valuable to Saturn and to his minions. So that you should be aware of that. No sugarcoating that shit. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, you just gotta stay up. You gotta stay wise. You gotta wear the armor. You gotta know yourself. You got to do the work for yourself. You gotta empower yourself. And in the Matrix, most of the time, they're not here to empower you. They're here to dumb you down, to distract you from really what's going on. And try not, it's very difficult not to play both sides. Just stand in what you believe in, what you know is truth. I remember Fernando has it on his website, The People's Astrologer. He said knowledge isn't power. He said money isn't power. He said faith is power. No, he said no, belief is power. Because what you believe in is what you ultimately will be. Do you believe in yourself? I hope when you look in the mirror, you see great things for yourself, because it's that belief of yourself when you look in yourself in the mirror is what's going to create your reality. And on our way back to God's, you need to, how do gods look at themselves? They look at themselves like they do no wrong, like they're amazing. So you need to look at yourself like you're amazing, and that you have the strength and the power to create your reality in the face of simulation that wants to take all our control and wants us to think that we're, crazy for, speaking our minds and speaking our truth, that wants to censor us for just having an opinion, that wants to, cause food shortages, that wants to cause natural disasters, that wants to cause, unnatural disasters, that wants to cause, famine and toxicity on the planet. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm not trying to be a god like that. You know what I'm saying? That and wants people to worship them. You know what I'm saying? Like this God, oh my goodness, too much. It's too much. It's too much. Too much. But you just gotta remember, we are God in flesh. You know what I'm saying? But the way that people we've been taught about God, it's fucked up, right? It's fucked up. We're spirits and bodies. You know what I'm saying? We're spirits and bodies. But we're gods. Spirits and bodies. Trapped in this carbon matter, trapped in material, trapped in Saturn's reality, to be here to experience, to go through our karma, right? So also remember, wherever you left off of, wherever you left, you'll start back off in your next life. So make sure, if you can, do right by people. Try your best. Try your best. But I know it gets really tricky. You know what I'm saying? It gets tricky to do right. You say it gets tricky to do right by people because not everyone does right by you, and then you get upset, and people get in the crosshairs of your battles with enemies of past lives. You know what I'm saying? People get caught in the crosshairs. It's fucked up, but it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But just do your best, because you'll receive your karma for it. You may not receive it for now, but you'll receive it. It's just your soul's experience. You'll receive it. You'll receive it, and it could be good and bad. It's the duality. It's duality. But we have to make sure we're showing our best face. We got to make sure, and not even our best face, our true face, our authentic face. And make sure we can see your smile, because right now we can't really see a lot of people smile in this reality, and then it's it could be the devil be smiling too. The devil got beautiful smile. The devil beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You ever see? Sometimes I see beautiful devils. I'm like, wow, you're such a beautiful person, but you're actually the devil, and it's kind of scary when you think about how the devil works. And then you're looking at people that don't look as pretty as the devil, and you think that they're evil, and you think that they're unworthy, undeserving, because they're not what you think they're supposed to look like. Matrix got us all fucked up. The Matrix got us had us always thinking backwards, always thinking in reverse. There you go, in reverse. You know what I'm saying? But empower yourself, love yourself, know yourself, study those that you find interest in, so you can build. We're not just building in this reality, but we're building spiritually for the next life, because we're immortal. So, make sure you spend your time wisely. I have to tell myself that too. Make sure you use your time wisely. Gain as much information as you can, so therefore, once you get a certain age, you can teach. You can teach those that will come after you, and that will find your footprints in the sand that you left for them. But also, do what you can in the world, right? Well, yeah, that's really all I had to say. That was the sports and spirituality blog for Andrew Wiggins, but also, there's no profit and empowerment in the Matrix, so you need to remember that. If you're going to the Matrix to get educated, oh shit, you fucked up. Turn around, you fucked up. That's reverse. You're in reverse. Reverse. Some of the movies and TV shows do cue in to some of the symbology and the witchcraft that they do. Some of that stuff, some of the movies stuff, but it's a thin line. Most of this headlines and the way Nicki Minaj was in the headlines and stuff, and they were criticizing her, and then she had said something, but sometimes she's in too deep, in too deep. It's tough for them. So that's why when we look at these people, especially with the blue check marks, and I don't care if you paid for a blue check mark or if you didn't pay for a blue check mark, you gotta look at them a little side eye, like, what, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully, just don't forget why you started. Don't forget why you started your mission, and don't forget you have a mission. What is your mission? You know what I'm saying? Mine is which, right? With intentions to change humanity, right? With intentions to change humanity through sports, like I said. We waking up through sports here on my channel. You know what I'm saying? And I want to do my best to be able to be a good example and be a good reflection of the duality of this reality, me being a Gemini, giving you the truth, the good, the bad, as this is the reality that we live in, the good and the bad. And then, since we know the good and bad, therefore we are gods, and therefore we will be hunted, watched, lied upon, censored. Luckily they're not killing us nowadays, but they'll do everything they can to break our spirits. But you can't break me because you didn't make me, bitch. Anyways, thank y'all once again for tuning in to Anita's Joint, #extendAJoint, where every day is payday, baby. And I'll see you on the next one, all right? Deuces.